Welcome back to another thrilling episode. Birds of a Feather. My name is Stephen, and his name is Chinoy. The man beside one fern is Chinoy. And today we'll be speaking about dating older women, cougars.
It's a controversial topic in us.
Very controversial. So we're just going to kick it off immediately.
Thank you.
So, Chinoy.
Yes, that's me.
Do you date older women?
Can we define
And said
older. The term older women?
Well,
because
older.
I don't like to be called old.
Yeah. So make us say.
What exactly?
Like I said, all right. So we have to use like your age as reference. So not how old you are, but how old you are throughout time. Right?
Okay.
So your age is your age is the constant. So make us say your age plus make us say 7 years. So if you're 23, older woman is 30.
It's 30.
Yeah,
I was like
7.
What?
Wow, not this podcast.
And the question was, have I ever?
Yeah, no, do you? So basically, have you ever? I guess have you ever and do you is different. Because have you ever, it could have been a one-time thing.
It could have been a one-time thing, exactly.
Yes. Is it something that you are open to and have no problems with?
Yes. Yes, if that's the case, then yes. Have I? Yes. As a young cub.
As a young cub. How young were you?
I think
what was your first encounter with them? Tell us. What was your first encounter?
I think this was probably like
or a saber tooth.
She was a cougar. She was definitely a cougar. But I want to say 20, maybe.
You're 20, and how old was she? I
found out was 32.
Yeah. She was 32?
32.
Ooh.
But looked a spry.
Yeah. a young look. She looked a day over 31.
Exactly. That happened. And then it happened again a little bit later when I was around maybe 25, 26-ish. But that person was like much older, but then she lied and tell me she was a different age, but I found out she was like, when I was like 26.
Wait, she lied and told you she was younger?
Yeah.
How much younger did she? What was the difference gap?
Well, she told me she was 33, but she was actually 39.
Woo!
Yeah.
So she knew. She knew she was a little.
Yeah.
And she's trying to appease her conscience.
Yup. She also had like 3 kids. And she told me, but she told me she had 1.
Nefarious. That's very nefarious.
But in my defense,
I think you need to be defended.
Well, because some people will be like, well, she have 3 and you never know she have 3.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So in my defense, 2 never stay with her.
Gotcha.
And whenever they came up,
were they in college?
Well, they lived with them father, or they lived with their father.
Gotcha.
And whenever they came up, she would say that they're her niece and nephew.
So she denied it. This story getting juicy. So hold on. So she lied about her age. So she was 33. How old were you at the time?
I was 20. I was like 25, 26-ish. Yeah.
So
this was before
33.
I was probably even younger, because this was before they did have Madison. Madison's my car, first car. Yeah. So that's like, I think I get Madison when I was around 25. Yeah. So I want to say probably 24 because when we did get Madison, we used to check our same way. Madison. Yeah. So she told me she was 32, but she was actually 39.
So she said she was 7 years younger. She said, I have one child, but a niece and a nephew. That is not mine. But they were actually, upon further scrutiny, we found out that she actually had 3 kids.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So when did you find out while you were dating her, like afterwards?
No. So the reason why, how me even find out? Like, so I knew that wasn't going anywhere, really. You dig what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I'm a young guy.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
But I think something happened, and she showed out at our daughter that like them have an argument.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's why I had to send you to your father or something like that. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Yes.
And then she what she do is she try and play it off like she didn't tell me that was our daughter.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. And I was like,
lunacy, bro. This is madness.
Yeah. It was why. It was why. It's great stories. Great stories.
Wow. Yeah, so she was ashamed of what she was doing for sure.
Absolutely.
And also ashamed of herself.
Yeah.
And her situation.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Because I think part of it also was the dads. The dads were the one who were like, yo, I want my kids. You understand what I'm saying? And the way how she was going around it, she wanted to make it seem like, oh, you know what, I'm just like, it's a rough spot for me or whatever, but she wasn't doing much. You know what I mean? And the dads were like, yo, nah, if I want better for the kids, I have to take it from her. So that's all that.
Well, what a time.
What about you?
What a time. So
do you have any great stories?
No, I don't. Like the only story I've had ones that I've told here before. So, but in terms of dating, I haven't like dated an older lady. I'm trying. Let me just go into the banks real quick. There's one that I went on a couple dates with, who hit the threshold is like 5 years old. So that was like 24, 25 at the time, and she would have been like 31, something like that. Went on a couple dates, but it wasn't like, it wasn't a prolonged.
You never get into anything.
But I've had a few encounters.
Oh, those are also pretty good.
Yes. I've had a few encounters with older women. But I will say though, from a dating, like girlfriend standpoint, most of my girlfriends have been older than me. But it doesn't hit the threshold where it's considered an older woman.
An older woman.
Yeah. Bro. By birds of a feather standards.
Yeah. You mentioned that, and I want to say, when I was younger, and I never, I guess when I was younger, I could say everybody me did older than me. You know what I mean? But by the standards of birds of a feather, those two stood out because for some reason, for some unexplainable reason, between like 17 when we start like really getting to like going out with girlfriends and going out and dating and things like that, between like 17 and more and say 20, 26, bro, I could not, with the exception of maybe 3 or 4, everybody we meet was older than me.
Yeah.
You dig? And then when we get to 28, and then further, 90% of the people we meet younger than me.
Oh, interesting.
Exactly. Interesting. It's like I don't know what it is. But as a young lad, most of the girls, if at 23, everybody was like 28, 29, 30. You dig? And then when we get to 28, 29, it was like 24, 25, 23. You know what I mean? As a 32-year-old, it was like 28, 27.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was never, it never scaled with me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me at 23 dating like a 27-year-old.
Then you reach.
And then scaled to 33.
It
just like went backward.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So all right, let me ask you this. what? We figure out, say, 7 years on top of your age now is our definition of an older woman.
Yeah.
What is your range of, like, what is the oldest?
What is the oldest I would go?
Yeah.
So I have a ski. Oh boy. so I have a scale, right?
Yeah.
And so if you look at you have the axes, right? So you have the age axis. Hold on, man. You have the age axis, right? And then you have the money axis. so if you're high up on the age axis, then you have
more money up.
There you go, right? So the more you're up on the money axis is the less important your age. So I'm gonna say it's Oprah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm gonna say it's
I love
Oprah.
that.
Oprah.
Tira and age could have this.
Yeah, come true. You could have been a golden girl. Come true.
All right. So Mark says,
yeah.
Understanding that. Let's not think about the money aspect of it.
Yeah. You're talking about like somebody who
let's talk about the average situation.
Yeah. So in the average situation, I think the highest. So I am 34, soon to be 35. So let's use 35 as the benchmark.
As you should.
In this situation, I'd say 42 probably would be the highest.
Roughly.
Yeah, low, early 40s. Yeah, roughly
like 44.
Yeah, 44 could work, but it would depend on how, you know what I mean, how you carry yourself at certain ages. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So all right. So let's use some celebrity examples, and let's say they didn't have the money, right?
Yep.
So let's use Nia Long, for example. Right? I meet somebody like Nia Long, and she's interested in me, and she says, "Yo, I'm 47." I'll be like, "Sick." Let's go. Right? So if we're gonna replace the money axis, we can put it with the hot axis as well.
With the hot axis. Okay.
Right? Okay. So that also, so it's like Jada and August Alsina had some entanglements, and that time August was like early 20s, 20.
Early 20s,
yeah. And she was like, she's how much? She 50 yet?
I'm not sure, but whatever it is.
Whatever it is, dog. Whatever ritual she's doing. And our mother also.
Definitely.
Nicole Murphy. All of these people, dog. We have a whole list of them. Right?
Oh, don't we?
Yeah. Right? So yeah, there's also, but if we're just talking all things being equal, you know what I mean? And you're not like
that's an average.
You're not like I'd say 42.
42. Yeah. I think for me also more than do 40. So me at 35. More than do. When I say 40, 42 would probably be the highest. 40 or 40. Probably I'll go 43 in a like very specific. Don't ask me what it is.
But like stand out. There's something that stand out about them.
Would I do 43? But I don't know if we could have pushed past without adding all those other
all those things that we talk about.
And push past and say more date like a 50-year-old. Like me can't.
It kind of far. That's 15 years.
Yeah.
And we're going through we're in a completely different stages of life at that point.
Yeah, and then what happened, as I say, and my experience this with when at the time when me was like in my early 20s, I may date this early 30s person who, and we were dating.
Yeah.
I mean? And remember, sidebar real quick, remember at the time I was telling this girl who we used to work with, and she said she's gonna report her to the police.
Yeah, because she's a predator.
And she kept apologizing to me. like telling me, oh my God, like you were like raped. Like she literally, I mean, I said, no, I was there.
I signed up for it. I signed on the dotted line.
It was an even exchange because I was providing and she was also providing.
Yeah.
But to get back to what I was saying is the age range always provides. It always brings up a bag of like differences because she was like one of those people who like I wanted to be free. She, like I never mind. Like I didn't want to be free because I was like trying to get with other people.
Yeah.
I want to be free because I'm 20. Like that's what I wanted. But she was like, oh, you know, what are you doing? Let's do this together. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not trying to check in with everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hang out with my friends and want to play basketball. Like, oh my God. And then it was more like she tried to control that situation by being everything to me. You know what I mean? Or if I say I'm hungry, oh wow, I sent you this. You know what I mean? As soon as I say something, she wanted to be first.
She overcompensate.
Overcompensate. So I think that would also happen at these, unless you find the perfect person who's like young at heart. Or like they're I'm 50, but I feel like a 35-year-old. I think it give you that difference.
I think after a certain, I think even like 42, depending on who the person is. Like as I said, that is the upper limit, right? So that is like, you know, so if I say that is the upper limit, that means ideally would I want them to be closer
to this,
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is the upper limit where we would push it to that under certain circumstances. You know what I mean? If taking out all the Nia Long and the money piece, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh wow, you're
all
cool.
the Nias and the Oprahs.
Yeah, all the Nias and the Oprahs of the world. We take that out. You know, 42 is the upper limit.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, do you have a preference between, and we're going to introduce the younger women.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have a preference between what we call older women and younger women?
So to preface that,
then define.
Yeah, we're gonna say. So let's say younger is 7 years, more than 7 years.
So we're gonna scale it 7 years.
Yeah, we're gonna scale it. So I'm 35, so younger would be younger is 28. Jesus. Mans are old.
That's too young, bro.
Mans are old. So
mans are.
So it's greater than 28. So actually that's funny because 28 is my cutoff. Right?
That's also my cutoff.
And even now thinking about it, dog.
Need to move it up.
Yeah, man, I feel like I want to move it up because, as I say, just in two different spaces. You know what I mean? Like, I think, not that I'm saying that a 28-year-old doesn't have the same goals and all that.
Goals and maturity and
but I think that in terms of life experience, is me like the 28-year-old, like life's still nice when you're 20. You know what I mean? You don't really get. I
haven't been through some shit yet.
A couple of gut punches. You know what I mean? Like some reality checks.
Bro, your kidneys are still intact.
Yeah.
There has been no kidney punch. Bro, when your bones start crack, that's what you're like.
Yeah. So
time.
Them still young and full of hope and all of this. So there's that piece. So we're talking about preference. Like preference, I like right around my age, a year or two, either way, right?
Either way.
A year or two either way. But from what has been happening is like, that is like the sweet spot. I'm 35, so it would be 33 to 37. That would be the sweet spot for me. I could never like date like a 24-year-old to do what? To talk about what, Bridget? What we're talking about?
But women are mature much more than men.
Oh yeah? Well, that's great for them. However, we now have nothing to talk about, Bridget.
Yeah.
We're 24. What we are talking about, try. First of all, you're trying to get an entry-level job. That is what you're trying to do. You're just come out of college, you see me? You're like, oh my God, I want to be. I'm me there like me. I don't really want to like.
Yeah. Can you pay my bills?
Yeah, you talk about you look for roommates. Yeah, do all of these. But if you want to come to your place, you have to find out if your roommate are good today. I don't have that. Virgin, me at 35.
Oh my. Oh my.
Can you imagine?
But Stephen, what about the older women that have roommates?
Like at my age? 35 with roommates.
Bro, but you never know the situation though.
Yeah, well, would have to really hear that situation then.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to really sit me down and be like, tell us.
So let me ask you this. With what I just said, can you think of a situation where you would be like, oh, that makes sense?
Yeah, like let's say like there was just like a life event happened and you're trying to like pull yourself out of that. But if you're just like, oh yeah, I just always had roommates. And it also depends on the situation again. If it's like if you have roommates, but it's like a house, a big house, and you have your flat, you are all good and this, you know what I mean? But if you're in a 2-bedroom condo and your roommate is across the thing from you, you're 35, like I don't know about that.
Rough.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Rough out here, bro.
Yeah, we don't know about that one.
Hard living in Toronto.
Yeah. It is rough. It is rough. It is not easy. But like I feel like at 35, you're supposed to. And he's not one of them people that is like milestones by age. But when they think me I ask for too much for you not have Yeah. When they think me I ask for too much with that.
All right.
What about you, son?
With what?
With the age? Did you
align pretty much. Right, yeah, cool. Pretty much what you say. Same 2 years. When I say 2 years above, would that be the sweet spot? 2 years between 33 and 37 are the sweet spot for me as well. The roommates thing, I would take that by a case by case. Kind of basis, but we agree with every other thing you said, so no need to repeat it. As far as all right, so I know we touched on this a little bit before, or I touched on it a little bit before, but what are some of the differences that you have found? And I know we're talking about dating, but let us put a caveat on that and not just say dating, but dealing with. What are some of the differences?
Well,
dealing with older women.
Yeah. Well, of course, no.
Let's just say older and younger women.
Yeah. Well, of course, no. Just to set the stage, we're generalizing, right? Generalizing for sure.
Absolutely.
So what I have found.
Wait. We are generalizing.
Yeah, just to set the stage, we're generalizing.
There we go. Slow that down a little
bit. So for me, what one of the biggest things for me is that the older they are, they tend to more know what they want. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's not like and we can use a very simple example of like going out. You know what I mean? Like dating and whatever. They know right off the bat that that it's not about like playing games and have to like put up this persona. And it's just like I have to play this, and you know what I mean. By that time, by my time you reach 35, you're tired. You're just like, yo, this is me. This is me. This is me. You like it or not? You like it or not? Yeah. All right, cool, let's go. You know what I mean? That I'm like that. I'm like that. Just like right off the bat, we're just talking very candidly. There's no like, oh, I'm like this and you're like this and like all of this stuff. So that is one of the biggest things for me, I find. And then also again, the big difference is like you go through more things, right? You have more life experience, you have more, and that means that you are a little more rounded, you have a little more empathy for everything. You know what I mean? You're able to see multiple different sides because you've been through a bunch of different experiences. This is not like knocking the young, they just haven't had the chance. You know what I mean?
We were there once.
Yeah, they just haven't had the chance.
Everybody's there.
Yeah, so that I find is the key for me. And as I say, we're generalizing because there are people who are 35 who have no
who ain't about shit
going on, and you have people who are 24 who have gone through more shit than you have. You know what I mean? So again,
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, you only can talk about the people that you meet.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about dating from our perspective.
Perspective.
You understand?
Yeah. Any differences on your side?
You touched on them. Yeah. I would say that one of the things I like as I find that I am not as there's an independence with an older woman. You know what I'm saying? That I don't see with a younger. And I don't know if it's independence.
But that's what I say. What do you mean by independence?
I think it is. There's a less sense of entitlement. I want to say. I have found myself in situations where I'm dating younger, where it's like, oh, you're older, so that means you're supposed to do this.
Gotcha.
Or oh, get me here done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're the guy. You're supposed to take me to dinner every week. Like that mentality.
Yeah. Because now you're a sugar daddy.
No, I'm a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Whereas with an older person, I find that it is more even.
Yeah, evenly yoked. They come into the thing with money. They have their money, and you have your money.
But also, it is not so much like and just a money deal. It's also like
the expectation.
You know what I'm saying? The expectation is not that, oh, you know, you. You dig what I'm saying? The expectation is that together we can build. You know what I'm saying? And that is like, that is one of the things. And I'm going to add that to the other two things where you say, and I'm going to say, we're going to round it out.
Yes.
Nice bow on it. And say, those are pretty much the differences that I see.
Nice.
When I was dating, whatever I was dating with.
Nice.
Are there any other outliers?
No, not really. As I said, for the outliers piece again, I think if I was supposed to skew to an outlier at this stage, like to seriously date, it would be the older outlier.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like I would like a young outlier to like seriously date, that would be a tough one for me. Just one, like I'm just always used to dating people older than me or my age. So just the optics of it, just the optics alone, I couldn't get past. And then on top of that, there's just a whole. So the other way would work better, I think.
Okay. There's nothing for me to add.
Yeah.
I think I'm in agreement.
Well, summed it up nicely, is what I did. All right, lovely. All right. Well, I think we have come to a conclusion.
Yes, we have, sir.
Yes. So thank you all for tuning in.
Once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And to share this video with your friends. Also to continue the conversation in the comments. Yeah. Please comment. Because we love to respond.
Yeah. Share it with your 33 to 37-year-old friends.
Yeah.
Bye.
Signing off.